it's Jill the INTJ again, and today I'm going to talk about menopause. Yeah, ooh, scary. Actually, this subject may make some folks squirm, but frankly, treating it as a taboo subject really doesn't serve anybody, and in some cases has caused inconvenience and even harm to the women going through it. So I'm going to shine a brief spotlight on this completely natural part of life. Gents, there is going to be some information here for you, so stay tuned. And also, as a side note, menopause does come in 3 phases, but I'm just going to refer to them collectively as menopause. First, contrary to what many of these so-called experts may try and tell you, menopause symptoms are not caused because of a bad attitude or because of regrets about leaving one's reproductive years or being less active in middle age or any such nonsense. Menopause is, first and foremost, a change in the endocrine system. So what's happening is physiological, not emotional, although it has emotional symptoms. Anybody who tries to say or write otherwise, quite frankly, is talking out of their ass. Another myth is that your menopause will be just like your mother's. Gee, it would be nice to have that kind of a heads up, but sadly that's not the case. Also, something that often goes unmentioned is that when you go on hormone replacement therapy, hormone replacement therapy, yes, okay. You are simply postponing menopause. It's not like you take the magic pill and you get to go through menopause without dealing with the symptoms. That's not the case. If you are on HRT and for whatever reason need to stop, you will be starting menopause day 1 from that point on. So unless there's a legitimate medical reason why you need to be on HRT, my recommendation is don't even bother. Just get through it. Also, menopause comes in 2 flavors. Estrogen dominant, which is the more common version, and progesterone dominant. Depending on your version, you will experience symptoms that are particular to that version. The estrogen-dominant menopause is primarily about the weight gain and insomnia. No matter what you do, unless you go on HRT or go on a starvation diet, which is, of course, will cause all sorts of health problems, you're going to gain weight. And in the beginning, I don't think even going on a starvation diet will help. It's just, you're just suddenly going to become a weight-gaining machine, sorry to say. What I'd recommend until you get through the menopause and are able to start losing weight again is just be patient and just keep yourself as healthy as possible. The progesterone dominant menopause bypasses the weight gain and the insomnia. However, you end up with extreme mood swings. You stop being yourself, essentially. It's a transformation from Dr. Jekyll to Ms. Hyde. Recognizing this, though, as a symptom is more difficult than the physical symptoms, so things are probably going to be pretty rough in the beginning. I recommend staying away from anything that can be used as a weapon until you're able to get something to help with the extreme rage and homicidal thoughts. I've been told that taking a mild antidepressant can help with this, but ask your doctor about that. By the way, estrogen-dominant women will also experience mood swings, but not nearly this extreme, think cranky, not homicidal. With regard to the other symptoms, my best advice is to treat them empirically. Some symptoms will show up early on, some will show up later in the process, some will show up post-menopause. So assume nothing except that things will change. Happily, there are lots of menopausal relief products on the market. Don't we live in this marvelous modern age? However, none of them are designed to eliminate all of your symptoms and let you sail through menopause. However, what they will do is alleviate the symptoms that you are experiencing so that you're going to be able to go through menopause and keep your sanity. Also, keeping your eye on the payoff, no more periods, will help a lot too. Also, other things may change. In particular, the sex drive. Well, actually, for some women, it'll stay the same. For other women, it'll diminish. For other women, it'll fluctuate. Your miles may vary. However, it will probably take you longer to get, how do I say this, warmed up. Gents, hint, hint, pay attention here. This is not, as so many of the experts will try and convince you, just in your head. It's not about, oh gosh, I'm not feeling so attractive. No, it is physiological. Your hormones control your sex drive, so if they're changing, so the odds are that your sex drive is going to change too. This is a physical thing. It's not it has nothing to do with your emotional state at the time. So patience and creativity will go a long way. Gents, hint, hint. Another thing that will likely happen is that the urge to, what's the word I'm looking for? Nurture will diminish. You may find yourself less inclined to be understanding when a family member acts badly. This is natural. This is actually was supposed to happen. The nurturing instinct was designed to keep a woman from killing off her kids when they got her very last nerve. But it is also meant during this time, during her fertile years, that the other people in her life are treated better than they deserve, with a lot more understanding. During and after menopause, you may find yourself responding to other people's behavior on its actual merits rather than on through this nurturing filter. So now, for the gents, some advice for you. For those of you who live with a woman going through a progesterone-dominant menopause, please, please, please be patient. If she hasn't gone to her doctor yet, or if she went to a doctor who said, hey, there's nothing going on, you're too young to be going through menopause, go to a different doctor, because that doctor is useless. But make sure she does go to the doctor. But by all that is holy, do not suggest that there's anything wrong with her, or that she's insane, or act as if you're humoring her. What's happening is a natural process with a very unfortunate side effect. If you think it's tough for you, I assure you it's nothing compared to the maelstrom that's going on inside her head. Likewise, in the interests of maintaining your own survival, do not bring up the weight gain to a woman going through an estrogen-dominant menopause. Short of going on HRT, there's really nothing she's going to be able to do about it until after menopause. So no amount of wisecracks or coaching or suggestion from you not to eat that tiny cookie that she was going to have for her dessert is going to do any good. It's not going to help. The odds are she has already made big changes to maintain the current higher weight she's at now and to not get any heavier. Please, none of that, please. And also, please be kind and don't eat those snacks that she formerly used to enjoy in front of her. Have the decency to have those elsewhere, and don't let her see any of the evidence or smell any of the evidence. What I would recommend in a big way is to look into healthier eating choices and activity options that you can do both. I mean, you'll both benefit. And yes, I know all this is inconvenient, but trust me on this, it's more inconvenient for her. But like I said, be on her team, help her out. You'll both benefit from being more active and trying to eat as well as you can, and she will appreciate any efforts that you make on that. Trust me on this. That's it. If you would like product recommendations, comment below and I will make them. I will also tell you which ones are essentially snake oil. That's it. Hope that didn't scare you too badly.